Hey, you can call me Midge. And today we're back with more Tiny Bookshop. I'm excited, so let's get started. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got the radio now. Let's see what we can do. We still need to sell some 15 fantasy books at the beach. Oh yeah, we go to the lighthouse now. Yeah, let's go visit the lighthouse. To visit Bookstonbury's iconic tower up on the cliffs for the first time. Seems a bit eerie. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the lighthouse. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually started this and I got like 3 minutes and I set up this bookshelf and then I realized I was muted. So I actually had the bookshelf set up how I wanted it. So let's go. I'll explain my rationale. I think there's going to be quite a lot of people that like, because the book doesn't tell, the journal doesn't tell us anything yet about the lighthouse. We don't know what people like there. But I'm guessing that they probably like a lot of classics, probably like nonfiction. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take out these two kids' books and put more nonfiction. Yeah. And then I put a few fantasies, because there's always somebody that likes fantasy, right? A little bit of drama. So a good amount of travel. More classics. A bunch of crime, and then a few kids. Just to be safe, just in case there's a kid there. I don't know why there'd be a kid at the lighthouse. Maybe there's a kid at the lighthouse. So look at the pup. He's so cute. What do we name him? Behemoth? Wasn't that his name? Alright, let's go. Look at that. Stamp collected to the lighthouse. Visit the lighthouse. What have you learned about the mysterious lighthouse? Nothing yet. I just got here. Alright, let's look around. Ooh, there's a sheep. Oh my gosh. What is this? Crate of flowers. Ooh, it's an item we can use. A touch of spring, wily crypt, plus 2% to drama, plus 1 to kids. Cool. Look at these guys. I wonder if you can make a song. Someone who's way more musically inclined than me probably could. I can't. I mean, I played flute for 11 years, but I played flute badly for 11 years. Not badly. I was mediocre. The coastal wildlife of Bookston Bay. Yeah, read on. I love this font. Let me say that. This font is easy to read. I appreciate that, because sometimes I really struggle to read certain fonts in these games. This one is A+, and it's probably because it was made by book nerds. Most of the board is taken up with illustrations of the coastal fauna native to the cliffs surrounding the lighthouse. There is the rock pipit, a small and unassuming bird with streaked grayish-brown feathers. This non-migratory bird likes to nest in cliff crevices and picks off small invertebrates from rocks or shallow water to feed. A greenish shore crab is pictured sitting in a shallow rock pool carrying a piece of seaweed in its claw. The shore crab's color can vary from green to brown to red, with red individuals often being more aggressive. Interesting. The only mammal you can see is the gray seal, its long snout peeking curiously out of the water. You can sometimes find seals on land whenever they are resting to digest their hearty fish diet. Seals share an ancestor with sea lions and walruses, but these cousins are not native to our area. Goodness, these seal babies look cute. It feels like you have gained a whole new appreciation for coastal critters today. Hell yeah, can we use this? Wonder what you can see from here. So I think these unlock new areas, right? Because that's what happened with the lighthouse. It's a distant island. Maybe there's treasure on there, or puffins. Cool. Do we get to go there? That'd be rad as hell. I like that like purple landscape. That's pretty. Okay, anything over here? More sheepies? Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, that's satisfying. Okay. Alright, let's open up. Oh, I guess we could have hung up our new item, but we'll do that later. Look at the pup! Oh my god. Arf, arf! Good boy, Behemoth. I'm gonna say, who's the sweetest boy? Woof, woof! Yes, you are. Okay, that's good. Otherwise, I'll be petting the dog all day. And I got customers to help. Let's get some coffee before we help someone. Whoa, okay. Tomas? Is that how you say that? I haven't seen you at this lighthouse before. This is normally a pretty hidden spot. So, you know, people here like to be left alone, but I suppose having some books around couldn't hurt. Let me see, do you have any good drama books? I'm always looking to add more stage plays to my collection. Sell 15 drama. Okay, I should have put more drama. I was thinking it was going to be like a creepy crime vibe, but maybe drama. Drama makes sense. Cool, I'll pick one out now, thanks. Okay, a little help here. Let me help you. Just dropping by real quick. I'm more of a casual reader, and I'm a crime fan. Yep, I love crimes, and I'm up for something humorous. Okay, I love crimes. Dan Brown, The Lost Symbol. I've never read this. Once again, symbologist Robert Langdon has to decode the secrets of old to save his mentor. This time in Washington, D.C., there are undiscovered mysteries awaiting him. So I'm guessing this is after Da Vinci Code or whatever. Thornhill. Never read this either. 2017. Mary is an orphan living at the Thornhill Institute who tells her story in her diary. Ella, whose story is told through artful comic strips, has just moved into a street with an old abandoned house. A dark and haunted story fit for young readers. That sounds fun. I kind of want to read that. Ghost stories, ghost stories from the grave. Hell yeah. Prepare to be chilled to the bone as you journey into the realm of the supernatural with this collection of eerie and haunting tales with Dickens, Stoker, Wilde, and Poe, as well as many news stories. That sounds fun too. Okay, we know The Cask of Amontillado. Edgar Did It Again, a short story whose gruesome nature will linger much longer on your mind. As I said before, I never read a Dean Koontz. I probably should. The Eyes of Darkness. A year after her son's death, Tina begins seeing things. Did Danny really die in an accident? And who is trying to conceal the truth from her? A paranormal horror thriller. That sounds fun. Pet Cemetery. Sometimes dead is better because whatever came back from the grave no longer answers to Here, Kitty. Another horror staple from Maine's biggest fan, Stephen King. You know, I don't know if I've read Pet Cemetery. I've read a lot of King, so it's possible that I've read it and just don't remember. I definitely have very vivid memories of the movie. The scene with the like scalpel or whatever under the bed and he like slices her ankle or under the stair or whatever it is, that like freaked me out as a kid. Scared me to death. I haven't seen the new Pet Cemetery though. And It. This one will certainly make you afraid of clowns, balloons, and storm drains. If you aren't already, the staple of small town horror fiction, It makes children's nightmares a reality. Okay, he wants something humorous, but none of these are really humorous. Definitely not that. That's not humorous at all. I'm gonna say the one for young readers. That one's probably got humor in it. Ah, this isn't light and fun. What are you talking about? You want a crime book? Okay, well, that was a big fail first try today. Sorry, dude. Les Miserables. Yeah, I see. There's kids are down. I knew there probably wouldn't be that many kids here. There's what's-her-face. Harper, I think is her name. How's come nobody's petting the dog? Like, if I was out here and I saw this dog sitting there, I would absolutely be petting that dog. Can I pet that dog? I'm looking for something with a detective. Also, I'm not afraid of a bit of tragedy. First to Die is one of my all-time favorites, but, like, don't make it a big deal. Okay, I don't know what First to Die is. I forgot what the colors mean. What is this? Oh, yeah, this is travel. Drama, probably not that. Let's try... Ooh, more Carmilla. I love Carmilla. This lesbian vampire story you didn't know you needed. This classic gothic horror novel details young Laura's encounter with the new guest at her father's castle, a young woman named Carmilla. I'm actually reading a book right now with a character named Carmilla in it. It's called Hungerstone, and it's also a lesbian vampire movie, and it's book, and it's great. Definitely not Crime and Punishment. Count of Monte Cristo, probably not. Something with a detective. Okay, not Anne of Green Gables then. Oh, these are nonfiction. That's probably not it either. None of the crimes have a detective, huh? That's kind of a detective story. Yeah. Yeah, none of those are detectives. Let's see. Henry the what is that, 6th? No. Great Expectations, probably not. The Tempest. In the Shakespearean classic, a wizarding scholar is disposed of by his brother and forced to take a sabbatical on a desolate island. A play full of thundering monologues, magical confusions, and romantic distractions. Yeah, that's not it. Frankenstein. This is not it either, but I'll read it anyway. Oh, to be 18 again and write a masterpiece over a particularly cold and dark summer holiday. What a dream. Unknowingly laying the very foundation of our modern horror fiction. Wish that were me. That is fucking perfect right there. So I write horror books. I write mini genres, but one of the things I write is horror stories. And that is like the dream. I mean, obviously nobody but Mary Shelley could ever do that again, but damn, that is perfectly encapsulated there. Titus and Andronicus. I don't know shit about Shakespeare, to be honest with you. Aside from like the stuff we had to read in school, I'm not a play reader, which is much to my dad's, rest his soul, chagrin. He would hate that because my dad loved reading plays. And he was the one that instilled my love of literature in me. But I'm sorry, they're not my thing. Follow the worst of the Romans as he does the worst things in the world, in the worst ways possible. An incredibly violent Shakespeare play. Wow. Not for the faint of heart, filled with revenge, monologues, and pies. Okay. Page Boy. This memoir discovers Page's journey of self-discovery and uncovering the many hurdles. Yeah, I don't think I even have any... Not Silmarillion for sure. Dune, no. How long is Dune? 500. Oh, it's not as long as I thought. I thought Dune was like super long. Better than the movies. Liz is on a quest for a teen love story like in the movies. Can her annoying neighbor Wes really help her go to the prom with her crush? And why does he have to be so attractive? Okay, no. Not Midsummer Night's Dream. White Teeth. This post-colonial novel focuses on the friendship of two wartime friends, a Bangladeshi and Englishman. The story about mixed families, clashing ideologies, and activism comes to a dramatic conclusion. Yeah, that's not it either, for sure. Dang, I don't have any detective stories. You gotta be kidding. This is the closest thing to a detective story. It's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Oh, it did! Okay, I'm overthinking it. Glad you liked it. Good. Oh, what's his face is here. I forgot these people's names. I'm really bad at remembering names sometimes. Faces, I'm good at. Names, not so much. I'll remember it the second or third time you introduce yourself. But the first time, I'm so, like, focused on not looking like an idiot that I don't hear your name when you tell it to me. Okay. Okay, we only sold 1 out of 15 dramas, so we need more dramas for this place. For sure. Bye, Sheeps. I know Sheeps is redundant or incorrect. I get it. Yeah, let's see what that new thingy looks like. Yeah, where can we hang you? Right there. I mean, we're starting to get cluttered as hell, but that's fine. No one ever said I was a minimalist. Alright, let's go back to the newspaper. That's what we need. Bookseller continues to sell books. Yeah, we only sold 1 crime. 3 fact. Okay, so they did like fact. Wow, they like travel more than I thought, too. 2 classics. Okay. We only made 20 coins. A dramatic assortment. How many dramas do we have? 77. We don't need that. Well-loved mysteries. This is probably worth it. Let's do that. Oh, just a bunch of crimes. Okay, that's cool. This one is free, so we're definitely taking that. Good little selection of all of them. I really want a coffee machine, because you know me, I love coffee. Alright, where do we want to go now? The world is our oyster. Yeah, we need to sell some more of those. What other quests do we have? No quests for the supermarket, but we have lots of stamps to collect. Okay, let's go to the beach, because we still have some fantasy to sell at the beach. So that's the waterfront. Let's go there. It's also the cheapest. And I'm all for cheap. Okay, I forgot what they like there. Let's see. Waterfront. They like travel, fact, and classic. But aren't we supposed to sell fantasy here? Oh, I went to the wrong place. I went to the waterfront, not the beach. I'm a dingbat. Okay. And I totally forgot what I was saying. Travel, fact, and classic. Okay. Sorry, I like them organized. Okay. We got some more classics down there. We need some travels. We're going to replace a bunch of these. We'll put those traffic down there and then... We're going to do a couple more kids because I think the kids did better there than we thought it did last time. Okay, we're going to try that. We'll go to the beach next because I'm a dingus. Oh, we're on summer 19. Let's see what we can do here. We can talk to the sailor, see what he's got. Oh, looks like you managed to make a true friend out of our little stray. The two of you make a great pair. Oh, look at your vessel. She's a real beaut now, seaworthy even. What's her name? Didn't we do this last time? I think we said SS Scampy. Let's just say it doesn't have one. Oh, we can't have that. A vessel without a name is bad luck. How about Bookstonia? It's a real lucky name, I swear. Very good. I'd say you're ready for our little fish market now. Didn't we do the fish market last time? Or am I tripping? Come by Wednesday, kiddo, and maybe you'll find something to your taste. See you later. Weird. Okay. I thought we did that already. Went to the fish market, but maybe he tells you about it every week? I don't know. We already looked at the lighthouse. We've already looked at that. Bloop. Okay, let's open it up. Yeah, I like the green better than the purple. The little brown roof. It's cute. Gotta pet the dog. Ruff. You want to play? Hell yeah. Woof woof. Catch. Ah! Adorable. Is this playing? Yeah, I think it is. I forgot what it does. Let's see. Plus 2 daily expenses, so it's costing me 2 every day. Okay. Or is it adding 2? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm not a business person. I didn't study business. Here comes Tilda. Ahoy, he needs a rescue. Folklore, please. I'm all about myths and legends. Also, I'm looking for a new hobby. Anything good on board today? Okay, a hobby and folklore. That's weird. All right. Traditional building techniques. Have you ever looked at an old city's houses, castles, and bridges and asked yourself, how did they build that? This book illustrates the great building techniques of all time and what we can learn from them today. Jean Dubuffet. Explore the fascinating world of French artist Jean Dubuffet. I have no idea if that's right. Learn how he strived to thwart the conventional standards of beauty in favor of more authentic and humanistic ways of image making. That sounds interesting, but not what this guy's looking for. The Glass Castle. Journalist Jeanette Walls recounts her unstable childhood and fraught relationship with her parents in this best-selling memoir. Definitely not that. The Dubois family, a success story. Follow the triumphs and trials of a remarkable family as the Dubois clan shapes and is challenged by the very history of Bookstonbury. So is this about the Bookstonbury? I don't think so. Okay. Historical niche. In this in-depth exploration of the Danelaw by a scholar of history promises sophisticated insights for anyone with an interest in 886 to 1066 AD in Northern... Yeah, that is... fucking niche. Okay. The sea around us, an incredible insight into the history of our oceans, their influence and power, but also their fragility. Written by American marine biologist and conservationist Rachel Carson. That sounds interesting. Not really what he's looking for, though. My lesbian experience with loneliness. Probably not what this guy's looking for. A very candid memoir in which the author shares her journey with mental health, sexuality, and growing up. A must-read for Josie fans? Jose? I don't know how to say that. Encyclopedia Bookstonia Volume 3. Discover a world of knowledge and adventure in this thrilling third volume of Encyclopedia Bookstonia, from K as in knitting instructions to O as in Omegaverse. Crap! Let's see if there's something in the kids. Heidi, a heartwarming story of little Heidi who lives with her grandfather in the Swiss Alps, changing the lives of those around her for the better. A classic for children all around the world. We talked about this one last time. I love that book. Gregor the Overlander. Gregor discovers a hidden world beneath New York City in this charming yet dangerous fantasy adventure for young readers. Will he live up to the prophecy foretelling his deeds? Animorphs #1, The Invasion. Only 90s kids will remember wanting the ability to spontaneously transform into an animal. But be careful because aliens are trying to infiltrate Earth, and if you don't change back, you might get stuck as a hawk forever. Oh, I just remembered. I did move my camera back over to the corner because when I get my thing to talk to see myself is up here, but my actual screen is down here. So I got so involved in the game that I didn't realize that it was like cutting off the text for the book summaries, and that sucks. Like, nobody wants to see that, so I figured it's better to have like the little bit that's cut off there in the top, which would be like the temperature and the date or whatever. So that's better. So I apologize for that. I will not put the camera back in the center again. Animorphs is not it either. This collection contains 12 beautiful and poetic short stories for children, including tales of talking animals, monarchs, fairies, beasts, and magical worlds. That might be the closest thing we got, bro. The Scarecrow of Oz is not going to be this either. Return to the land of Oz and embark on a typically Ozian adventure lined with quirky characters and unlikely scenarios. Join Cap and Bill, Trot, and a magical scarecrow as they take down dastardly King Cruel. Yeah. Happily Ever After cookbook. He's also looking for a new hobby, so we might be able to find him a cookbook or a hobby book. Book-inspired recipes, need I say more? When best-selling romance authors team up with chefs to create their own dishes, you might be in for a treat. Try it at home. By train through Spain, join this charming and colorful journey across Spain with Amerigo Marchesi as they hop on trains, capture stunning vistas, and uncover fascinating hidden gems. Please excuse my pronunciation of names and things like that, because I am terrible at that stuff. The Stones of Venice. A thoroughly researched exploration of Venetian art and architecture comprised of 3 groundbreaking volumes. Okay. A Walk in the Woods. A tale of 2 men in their 40s with countless blisters and a questionable map on the Appalachian Trail. Get to know the area's history, ecology, and people in this hilarious exploration of the great outdoors. That actually sounds kind of fun. No. Dang. I don't know what. Attack on Titan. Not Dune. New hobby. Okay, we're gonna go with the hobby. So we'll give him a hobby for cooking. This is probably not gonna work, but we're gonna try. Really, I wanted something mythical. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. Hey, you're gonna come to the next flea market again, right? You have to. There's different stuff there every time. And what if you missed the only great treasure because you didn't go? True. I need to make sure I know what day that is, because I might accidentally not go. Hi, Tilda. Good afternoon. You know, I still have a few book-selling essentials left over from the last flea market. I'd be happy for you to take them off my hands at the next one this Saturday. And if not, it's always a nice opportunity to browse for some items, isn't it? Don't miss it, dear. Bye-bye for now. Okay, Saturdays. You know, truth is, I probably would not like shopping in this little cart. It would make me anxious, especially if there was like multiple people in there. The only way I would go in there is if I was like the only person. Like, I would wait, unless I was like the first person that showed up in the middle of the day, or I would wait for like everybody to clear out and then I would go, because like a bunch of people crammed in there looking at books would make me so panicky. Hi, can I get a book? I'd like to read more about the beautiful nature on planet Earth. Fact books are my usual go-tos, and I also wouldn't mind something niche. Okay, we did have that one. Where was it? No, not that. Not that. Did it already get sold? Okay, it did. I was thinking about the Appalachian one. Oh yeah, this is it. Countless blisters and questionable Appalachian Trail. But that might be a little too. Traditional build. She wants to know about planet Earth. I'm not going to read all these again because we've already read them. I don't think that's it for a kid. Not that either. Dang, maybe it is going to be the guys from... Yeah, we'll try that one. I mean, it's definitely not... Yeah, that worked. Okay, our environment is so beautiful. Glad you liked it. I thought about being men in their 40s would kind of put her off, but I guess not. She seems to be a very inquisitive kid. Bye, Tilda. Bye, Harper. Hey there. Hey, there you are. I wanted to talk to you if you don't mind. Look, I'm a little embarrassed for getting you involved in my plant rescue scheme last time. I'm sure it must have been a lot to have some stranger hand you a big plant. Although it looks really good there, maybe I did make one good choice that day. I have to admit, I was feeling a little reckless. The long summer break must be getting to me. What break? Ah, sorry, I go to St. Bookston University, but we don't have classes at the moment. I'm getting my degree in plant science there, so I suppose plants are kind of my thing. Anyway, all of my friends are gone for the break. You know, fancy holidays on boats, planes, and the like. So that's probably why I can't stop babbling to you. Sorry about that. I'll leave you to it for today, yeah? See you around. Cool. So she really loves plants. She got a passion for plants. I have a hangnail on my thumb, and it's driving me nuts. Alright, boyo, I think we're done for the day, Behemoth. Let's go. Oh my god, did we miss it? It was Saturday? Oh no, we're Saturday now. Right? Yes. Okay. So today is the market. Let's do the cheap used books, why not? Oh my god, we lost 4. That's not good. Okay. Guess column where was travel, ballet on a budget. We already seen that before. Do I really need to read this to you every time? What we sold. 0 crime, 0 drama, 3 fact, 1 fantasy, 2 classic, 0 kids, 5 travel. So they really like travel. And fact. They're on the waterfront. That was a waterfront, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so today... Correct? Today is Saturday. So today we want to go to the flea market. I forgot what they like at the flea market. Crime, fact, fantasy, classic. Okay. Crime. Kids. We're going to leave the kids. We'll do... How about this? We'll do... This whole row, fantasy. We'll do only a couple dramas. It said travel too, right? Oh no. Crime, fact, fantasy, classic. Okay. So we'll put travel up here. Crime, fact. And then we'll put a couple more drama down here, just to be safe. Okay, good. It is Saturday. Let's talk to everybody, I guess. See if they got anything we want. We don't have a lot of money, though. Flea market dealer. Have a look around, I guess. Sand bucket, copper jug. Doesn't work, but looks great. Thanks. Not for 50 freaking coins. Get out of here. Art guy. He wants us to touch the art. I remember that. Painting of a tower. View of Bookston Bay. Oh, there's more. You can scroll. The Bookstonbury Lighthouse. Yeah, we don't have enough money. But those are very cool. I would like to buy some art eventually. Feel free to touch the artwork. It's an experience. Thanks. Alright, Tilda, let's see what you got. Ah, what are you looking for? I like that armchair a lot. Carries a few extra books. That might be nice because we could have some extra for like when we need to restock. I don't know if it works that way. We haven't had to do that yet. I don't have enough money though. Hopefully she'll be here next week. Thanks for stopping by, dear. Here she comes. She's your first customer. She kind of reminds me of one of my longtime online friends named Melody. I'm looking for a fresh whodunit. Also, crime is my passion. I mean, I'd love a crime novel. But I'm happy for my books to be gore-free. I'm interested to see what you suggest. Okay, let's see what we got. Angels and Demons. The first in a series of thrilling mystery novels, Angels and Demons entails an elaborate assassination plot on a high-ranking Vatican official. But what did the mystery... On high-ranking Vatican officials. Multiple. But what did the mysterious Illuminati have to do with it all? Thornhill. Mary is an orphan. Okay. Yeah, we read this a second ago. That probably doesn't have any gore. Yeah, that's probably it. This probably doesn't either, but maybe. That's not gory, but it is really, dark. Yeah, let's go with, this one. Right? Yeah. Ah, that's not a whodunit in a classical sense. God dang it. It's getting hard. What is this? Oh yeah, I gotta buy stuff at the market. I don't have money yet. Here comes the musician. Can't remember his name. Klaus. So I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm actually starting to like the song drafts. I finally told Lux, our drummer, that I've been doing some songwriting, and they've been begging me to show them. But I reckon I want to wait until Moira is back, because I don't want to do this without her. Is she the one that writes the column? You might have noticed that I can be a bit scatterbrained, and Lux is even worse, so Moira is our de facto leader. But she went on a big backpacking tour this summer, so the band's been a bit on a break. Anyway, once she's back, we'll go for it. For the whole album release and all, if she likes my songs, that is. I hope she'll like my songs. Oh, another thing I meant to ask. Your books are all secondhand, right? Got some room for a donation? Because I found some old music learning material, just a few booklets, but if it inspires someone else to pick up music, that'd be dope as all hells. Hell yeah. Cool, thank you. I didn't know we could get donations. Okie dokie, thanks for taking those off my hands. I'll be on my way now. Cheers. Nice. This game is the definition of cozy. This is somehow even more cozy than like Stardew or Mystria or Coral Island or any of these other quote-unquote cozy games. Which one is your favorite? Okay. What a week. I only read novels written in prose. However, I really don't have the time for anything over 700 pages. I'm fans of books like To the Lighthouse. Crap. I don't know what To the Lighthouse is. Okay. Read novels in prose, so no poetry. I really don't have the time for anything over 700 pages. What are these? Okay, that's travel. Not going to be that. Let's check. Wonderfully gothic exploration of the values of beauty and sensuality. Okay. The Picture of Dorian Gray. The Narcissus, oh, I can't say that word, myth of the Victorian times. Wilde's novel is a beautifully gothic exploration of the values of beauty, sensuality, and hedonism in their opposition to morality and social norms. I wish I knew what To the Lighthouse was. I can't remember what that is. Okay, we read this before about the Bangladeshi Englishman. We read To the Lighthouse a second ago, didn't we? The summary of it. It sounds familiar, but I can't remember what the plot was, and I've never read it myself. 464 pages. I'm gonna take a guess on this one. Oh, that worked. Cool. Sorry I keep moving my hands a lot. I am a hand talker by nature, and usually I'm like using my controller for both my hands. In this game, I don't have both hands on a controller. I'm using the mouse, so I'm like waving around everywhere. I'll try not to do it. Plus, I have this hangnail that's driving me nuts. I'll try not to be all wavy around with my hands. Hi you. I wanted to buy one of those CDs over there, but well, they seem busy. I don't want to be a bother. They probably want your business, Fern. But I found some gems here before. But you have to have some luck. Anyway, well, it was good to see you. Bye. Okay. You have social anxiety, my friend? Wait, what? You got a dog? Oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? He's so cute. Hi, cutie. Oh, I think he likes me. This has just made my day. I forgot what I was doing, but it doesn't matter now. My new mission is to pet this baby. Hell yeah. I definitely feel that way too. I like his pink glasses. See ya. Look at her. Cheers. I haven't had a lot of requests today. Ooh, all the facts sold. Dang. Almost all the crimes, too. Almost all the travel. Hopefully we made a frickin' profit this time. Hi. Can I say bye to you? No? Okay. Bookseller continues. Ooh, we made a 54 coin profit. Hell yeah. Update from our local bookseller. We sold 4 crime, 4 drama. The flea market is the place. People are buying all kinds of shit at the flea market. 4 crime books, 4 drama books, 4 fact books, 4 fantasy books, 3 classics, 2 kids, and 3 travel. Sold 26 books in total. Hell yeah. We could buy the coffee machine now, but... paperback fantasy. We have a lot of fantasy. Space operas. Let's do that. We don't have any books on space, really. 1 fact and 25 fantasy. Okay, now we're really good with fantasy. Okay, I think we're good there. Meteor showers expected tonight. Keep your eyes on the sky from 2300 to 3 o'clock. I'm not good with military time. My partner kind of makes fun of me for it. Okay. Okay, where do we want to go today? Let's see. We do need to sell some more drama at the lighthouse. Oh, and the beach, right? We said we would go to the beach. So let's go to the beach. Damn, the beach is expensive. It's raining, though. Does that matter? Let's try lighthouse instead. I don't want to go to the beach when it's raining. Okay, what did we find on the lighthouse? Fact, travel, and classic. Okay. Okay, start with classic. Actually, start with fact. We'll do a bunch of facts down here. Do another drama there. We'll put... Let's get rid of this whole row. Put almost a whole row of travel. We'll do a couple crime. Fact, do I say fact drama and classic? Fact travel and classic. Okay, we got the travel. We got the fact. We need classics. We'll do a big row of classics here. Yeah, pretty much the same as the other ones. And then we'll do... Actually, take this one. We'll do a couple fantasies. Yeah, we don't really want kids ones. Travel. Crime did pretty good too, so maybe we'll... You know what? We'll take these here. We'll add a couple more kids up here just to be safe. And then we'll do all the rest down here, crime. Alright. Or wait, no. Let's do... Not kids. Let's do... drama, I think. Yeah, try that. Boop, 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 boop. I don't think there's anything else new for us to see. Yeah, no. Okay. I probably should think about all the stuff I have on here, but I kind of like just having it all out. I'm not super good at strategy games. Oh yeah, we're supposed to sell drama. That's why I need to put more dramas out. I'm so stupid. Okay, can you like help me? I need some poetry in my life, and I'm not afraid of a bit of tragedy. I'm all oh my god, I can't read. I need some poetry in my life, and I'm not afraid poetry in my life, and I'm not afraid of a bit of tragedy. Also, I enjoy a good classic from time to time. Can you help me or whatever? Okay, so she wants poetry. It's a woman, right? I guess. I mean, I shouldn't assume their gender. Poetry. Not afraid of good tragedy. Okay, good classic. Let's see if we got any classic poetry. Final part. Nah, that's probably not it. Helene. I don't know what this is. A romantic interpretation of the Iliad. Helene, a 16th century version of Helen of Troy, has a chance to forever change the trajectory of her life and love. A historical play and a St. Bookstonian classic for a reason. Okay, it's not poetry. It's a play. This is not poetry either. A classic Dickens. Poverty, morality, and smelly cities. This is Great Expectations. I didn't say that. And unjust austerity measures lead to a rags to riches extravaganza with a lot of heartbreak on the way. Oh, right, I forgot orphans. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Definitely not what she wants, but join the brilliant detective and his loyal companion on thrilling investigations as they unravel mysteries and outwit criminals in 12 legendary tales. Hell yeah. Ooh, The Haunting of Hill House. In this tense horror classic, a group surrounding an expert of the occult are investigating the mysterious Hill House, but inside they are awaited by more than just spooky poltergeist. Hell yeah, that's what I would want. 1984, a classic of dystopian social science fiction for good reason. Totalitarianism, mass surveillance and state oppression of nonconformity. 1984 has got them all. Treasure Island. A young boy finds himself in the possession of a pirate's treasure map in this classic story of treachery and treasure that will have your kids dreaming of becoming a pirate. The never-ending story. When a little boy hides in the attic with a strange book, an exciting adventure begins in the book's fantasy world. A story about escapism and imagination for all of us who enjoyed hiding in our books. Hell yeah. Dragon Song. Never read this. 1976. Minali can't stay in her fishing village, which forbids her dreams and confines her to her rigid gender roles. Surprisingly, the new life awaiting her holds songs and dragons in store. Very cool. I think we read this already, but The Magic City, 1910. Out of discontent with his new life, young Philip builds a city out of his toys, books, and game pieces. Next thing he knows, he appears in a life-size version of it, populated with people who need his and Lucy's help. That sounds fun. But it's not what she's looking for. Okay, we're not going to be travel. The Tempest. In the Shakespearean classic, a wizarding scholar is disposed of by his brother and forced to take a sabbatical on a desolate island. A play full of thundering monologues, magical confusion, and romantic distractions. Othello. The heroic black general Othello soon finds himself in the middle of intrigue and betrayal after one fateful promotion, the start of a brutal tragedy about someone who loved wisely but not too well. Okay. Also enjoy a good classic. Shit, we don't have any poetry classics. I'm going to say Helene. Or Helen. I don't know how to say that. Definitely not that. Definitely not Haunting a Hill House. Probably not Sherlock. I would love Haunting a Hill House or Sherlock if it was me, but I'm going to try this. Ah, it worked. The language is really evocative. Slay. Slay. That was cute. Here comes Harper. The purple umbrella. She walks with such swagger and confidence. I love it. Cool. 3 out of... Ooh. Hey, can you lend me 1 coin for the telescope? Sure. I need to have a look at the island. Right, I have to go now. The last days of summer holidays should be spent at the beach. Aw, man, there's so much more I wanted to do this summer. I haven't read nearly enough fantasy yet. What am I even going to brag about on the first day of school? I love a kid who would brag about reading over summer vacation. That's a kid after my own heart. That was me. And all the other kids are like, what? You read? You looked at a book? I need something for an essay, okay? I need a fact book because I want to acquire knowledge. I also want something from this century, okay? But I'm not looking for anything too complex or hard to read. I couldn't find anything at the library, okay? And, this is from 2003. Another epic volume filled with knowledge and wonder is his encyclopedia. 1998, that's not this century. I want to impress your friends and family with this great plant identification. 1989, that's not it either. 2015. What is this one? 1989, okay. Get ready to brew up some magic as Star Ravenhunt shares secrets of herb craft from natural healing potions to delicious recipes to mischievous hexes. This is probably it. Let's try that. Hell yeah. Whoa, herb craft. Interesting. I can't wait to learn more. I had like a little moment there where I was like, are the 1900s this century? Like, jeez. I need lip balm. Only sold 3 out of 15? Dang. We need more because I didn't put out enough. Oh, I didn't pet the dog today. Damn it. Oh, I lost 15. Oh my god. Okay. 2 crime, 2 drama, 3 fact, 1 fantasy, 2 classics, 0 kids, and 2 travel. Yeah, we need more dramas out for sure. I'm not going to buy any books right now, unless there's specifically a classic one. English reading material, secondhand dramas, no. Okay. We were just at the lighthouse. Let's go to the beach today. It is expensive, but... Okay, what did the beach want again? We need to sell fantasy for sure. Crime and kids. Okay. Let's do... Let's take these out here. We'll do kids here. We'll do a bunch of kids, because I do remember there being a lot of kids books we should have had here. What are the other ones? Kids, crime, fantasy. Okay, that makes sense, because people like to read fun fiction on the beach, generally. No one's out there reading factual manuals and shit. Okay, let's do a couple dramas. Oops. Put a few travel, just for shits and gigs. We'll put a couple more fact down here, just in case there's one random nerd, said in the most loving way possible, from one nerd to another. A random nerd wants to read about, I don't know, airplane engines on the beach. Monday, summer 2022. We're almost done with summer. Let's see if there's anything we need to pick up. We can get more shells? Do we need more shells? Or are we still filling up that jar? I didn't mean to open the door there. Okay. Let's pet the dog. Woof, woof, woof. Woof. You like it here? Arf, arf. I hope so. Looks like Behemoth might need a dog bed. You should keep your eyes open for one in the newspaper. Okay. I feel like I'm always, like, runny nose when I come on camera. Like, all day I'm like, okay, and then as soon as I get on camera, my nose is like, hey, let's just start running for no reason. Oh, Charlotte's Web. I love the film adaptation. Me too. I almost kind of like the film better than the book, honestly. And that's very rare for me to say. I will say, the one film adaptation that I absolutely prefer over the book is Shawshank Redemption. The film is so much better. I mean, the novella, I think it's a novella, is great on its own. But since you only get Andy Dufresne's perspective in the novella, it's so much less in depth, I think, than the movie. And the movie's just fantastic to begin with. But anyway, so this game is just going to keep me talking about books. Like, rather than actually, like, most of my talking is going to be about the books rather than on the game. Because I just love books so much. So, I will rage if none of the characters kiss, and I just can't leave without another fantasy novel. Okay, I probably don't know very much about these. I don't read a lot of fantasy. Seeing as I've written a young adult fantasy series, 2 books in a young adult fantasy series, I have the 3rd brewing in my mind. You would think I would read more fantasy, but I don't. And it's new adult, sorry, not young adult, new adult. This set of 9 delightful short stories imagine a world of robot and human collaboration and explores some interesting concepts within this framing. A foundational text of modern sci-fi and a must-read in the store-bought version of the future we ended up in. Okay? I don't think there's any kissing in there. Flowers for Algernon. A science fiction short story turned novel which grapples with the meaning of intelligence, disability, and the consequences of human augmentation in the name of progress. I thought I read Flowers for Algernon, but I guess not. I think, you know what I'm confusing that with is like Flowers in the Attic, maybe? Very different book. Maybe that's what I'm confusing it with. The Never-Ending Story. Okay, this is it. When a little boy hides in the attic with a strange book, an exciting adventure begins in the book's fantasy world. A story about escapism and imagination for all of us who enjoyed hiding in our books. I don't know if there's any kissing in this. I think, don't Atreyu and the girl, the princess or whatever, kiss in Neverending Story? I could be wrong. But I'm gonna pick Neverending Story because I don't know what happens in this. I've never read this book. I mean, it's from 1910, but I've never read that. So let's go with this one. Aw, no yearning, no kisses, no romance at all. Damn it. It's been a long time since I've never read the book of Neverending Story. I've seen the movie, obviously, but it's been a very long time. If you're a millennial and you haven't seen that movie, there's what is wrong with you? Or Gen X, probably, I would imagine. Hawoo! Arf, arf, woof. Huh? Usually dogs understand me just fine. I think yours might be shy. Oh, I also need to show you something. Did you see the jelly thing out there? It's super gross. The what? It's sort of like a fish, but if it was a puddle. Also, I think it's dead. It didn't have gills, but it had long, stringy arms. It needs them to pick up food from the floor of the sea, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm going to touch it with a stick. Bye. She's so cool. She would have been my friend in school for sure. Ooh, we're almost done with the fantasy novels. Need 4 more. Hell yeah. Book, please. Help me help ya. What should I pick? I'm interested in outer space. I'm into fiction, and I normally prefer short and sweet books. Okay. I don't know. Didn't we pick up some sci-fi books about space in one of those boxes? I could be wrong. You've reached Sam. When the 17-year-old Julie loses Sam, the shared future they imagine dies with him and everything changes. All she wants now is to hear his voice again when she calls his phone. Against all odds, it doesn't go to voicemail. Ooh, that sounds interesting. True Beauty, Volume 1. After being bullied for her appearance in middle school... Oh my god, I do not know how to say that name. I'm not even going to try because I'm going to butcher it so bad. And I don't want to be disrespectful. Starts over with a new look. If you guys know how to pronounce that, someone does, tell me. Same thing. If you ever hear me mispronounce something, please correct me because I would love to get it correct. Or get it right because I feel really shitty when I say something wrong, especially somebody's name. Because that's your name, dude. Like, people, you deserve to have your name pronounced correctly. After mastering the art of makeup, none of her new friends know what her face really looks like. The first print of this popular Korean webtoon. That makes sense, because Korea has, like, the highest rate of, like, plastic surgery in the world, I think I read. So there's a lot of, like, insecurity over there about appearance. I bet that's really good. The love hypothesis. To convince her friends that she's over her ex, PhD student Olive convinces her young professor Adam to start a fake relationship. An example of fanfiction turned into public book at its best. I bet that is good. The Bluest Eye. This Morrison novel does not shy away from dealing with the devastating and harrowing consequences of the violence and abuse that were and still are inflicted upon young black girls. Ooh, that sounds good too. The Tempest. This is probably not for her either. None of these are. In this Shakespearean classic, a wizarding scholar is just... Oh, we read this. Okay. Yeah, we read Othello. Interested in outer space. All right. That's travel. What do we got for fantasy? I, Robot is not really outer space. Neverending Story. Dang. Dragon Ball. That might work. The most energetic and funny adventure awaits young manga fans in this classic series. Join the super strong Goku on a fantastical quest for the 7 Dragon Balls that have the power to grant wishes. The House with a Clock in its Walls. This is short. A ticking time clock threatens to destroy the world. A newbie and local boy team up to stop the magical doomsday plot. Join them in this illustrated romp full of magic, ghosts, and daring do. That sounds great. Interested in outer space. Dang it, we don't have an outer space book. Ugh, I'm going to suggest Dragon Ball, but it's probably not going to work. Oh, it did! Okay, good. My friends have been telling me about Dragon Ball. Interesting. I'll give it a shot. It's kind of spacey in a way, a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah. I mean, I've never read the mangas, but my brother watched the show like a lot when we were kids. The Shining, such a great cover. I love The Shining. Stephen King's It is the only book to have ever given me a nightmare. Hopefully that was a successful day. We sold a lot of fantasies. Yeah, we sold 6 crime. We ran all out of kids. Hopefully that was a good day. Ugh, I wish I could read those, but I can't. Okay, miscellaneous travel books. What do we need? We need fact books. Oh, this one's free. We're definitely taking that. Okay, we got a couple fact books in there. Good assortment. Okay, we sold 6 crime books, no drama, no fact. 2 fantasy, no classics, 7 kids. So they really like crime, fantasy, and kids. So that's what I thought. Okay. I don't think books ages 7 to 9. How many kids do we have? We have a lot of kids' books. How many travel? We only have 21, but that's 40. No, I think we're good for now. Okay, where do we want to go today? We haven't been to the cafe or the Mega Marsh. Let's go to the market. I forgot what they like there. Let's see. Crime and kids. Okay. Let's remove these. We'll do a whole shelf of crime. Just one whole full shelf of crime. And we'll do some fantasy up here. Put another fact one right there on the end. What are these? These are drama. Actually, let's see. We'll do a whole shelf of kids. I'll put the fact up here. Yeah. And we'll do one more fantasy just to round it out a little bit here. And then we'll do a whole shelf of kids. Whole shelf of crime, whole shelf of kids. And a little bit of everything else. Perfecto. Maybe we'll try to round out the season today. Sorry, I can't help it. Really great music. Oh yeah, we got a pet behemoth. Arf, arf, good boy behemoth. Aww. Woof. Oh, I'm gonna say aw because I just said aw. That was adorable. There's Harper. She's everywhere, man. She gets around. He's a busy kid. I know I sure. Oh, and there's Klaus. I know I didn't walk around my town all alone like that as a kid. That's wild. I just talked to my Uncle Klaus. Oh, he's her uncle. And he told me I'm allowed to ask as many questions as I want. So I asked him how he became my uncle and how I grew in my mom's belly and why we don't fall off the earth if it's moving so fast. And he just had a laugh. And I don't know what that means. That was very cute. Oops, she wants help. Okay, what do you want? More outer space. I find outer space fascinating. Also, I mostly read fiction. Do you have anything like A Wrinkle in Time? Yep, I already finished the last one. Okay. These are kids' books here. Let's see. The Hidden Staircase, Nancy Drew #2. This isn't going to be it, but I love Nancy Drew. I love the Nancy Drew games. I never played them, but I've watched Cab Smulders play all of them, and they look so fun. Join the clever teenage detective Nancy Drew as she solves the mystery of a mysterious haunting. A detective story for all ages. The Magic City. Okay, we've already looked at that one. Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Green Gables is the redheaded and feisty orphan girl you can't help but love. This charming children's classic beloved by readers of all ages around the world. I loved Anne of Green Gables. My favorite book of all time. This is a tangent. Forgive me. My favorite book of all time is called Mandy, written by Julie Edwards, which is Julie Andrews, you know, from like Sound of Music and stuff. And even as an adult, I will reread that book on the regular because it's my favorite book ever. I really identified with it, but Anne of Green Gables is similar because I'm an orphan, and so is the main character in Mandy, and so is Anne of Green Gables. So I like really appreciated those books as a kid, and I also like the Boxcar Children. Like all my other friends were reading. I mean, I read them too, like the Babysitter's Club and things like that. But I really identified with the Boxcar Children. I mean, not like I was living out of a boxcar, but I was an orphan like them, and so orphan stories are very special to me. As an orphan myself. Oh no, I don't want to suggest that. Okay, that would have been a mess. Alice, anything like A Wrinkle in Time. I've read A Wrinkle in Time, but I was in like 4th grade, so I don't remember it. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland follow a curious girl as she stumbles down the rabbit hole into a world filled with talking animals and puzzling adventures. A classic tale of nonsense and whimsy illustrated by John Tenniel. Oh my god, I love James and the Giant Peach! This fantastical adventure follows James into a peachy realm populated by friendly worms and bugs. An illustrated book perfect for children. I want to recommend that one just because I love it so much. I want to be like, oh my god, Harper, read this. It's so great. Okay, we've already read that one. Adventures of Pippi Longstocking follow the energetic escapades of young Pippi, the girl with the red braids who lives all alone in her big, colorful house with her trusty pet monkey always at her side, and who doesn't listen to what the boring adults have to say. That seems like a book Harper would like. The Happy Prince and Other Tales. Oh yeah, this is that one written by Oscar Wilde. I didn't know he wrote a children's book. We also had this one last time. A collection of fairy stories and poems. Flower Fables is a charming and delightful book, illustrated and easy to read for children of all ages and adults of all ages. Okay, Where the Wild Things Are. As a child, throwing a tantrum is fun and all until you find yourself in the middle of a group of wild things. This delightful classic is about the important things, like dancing in the moonlight and missing your mum. No space books. Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. This 9th entry in the saga series of graphic novels explores fake news and genuine terror. That might not be it. In an epic sci-fi setting. Prepare for a heartwarming tale full of tragic twists. It's mature reading. Inkheart. Pen and paper can bring characters to life, but what happens when they escape the page? The beginning of a fantastical and dangerous adventure in the world of a book for all ages. White Knight. Wizard Detective Harry Dresden is back in the 9th installment of the Dresden Files. I've never read the Dresden Files, but I liked the television show. His new case takes him into Chicago's seedy underbelly as he tracks a vicious serial killer of magical practitioners. I, Robot, we read that already. No, it's not going to be a drama. Dang, I don't know what to give her. Honestly, James and the Giant Peach is would be my suggestion. But I don't think it's gonna fit. It doesn't seem like we're getting any, like, bonus points for getting it correct, or, like, being punished for getting it wrong. So I'm just gonna suggest it and see. Ah, that worked! Oh, my friends have been telling me about James and the Giant Peach. Cool. I'm glad. It's not space, but it's fantastical. Yo, I'm really glad you rented this parking spot here, you know? It's cool to have someone to hang out with during breaks. Speaking of, you know who else is super happy that you rented here? My boss, Cassie. She says we've been getting more customers since you set up shop, which is why she wants me to invite you to come on Monday. Okay. Attend Mega Savings Day. Visit the supermarket while the Mega Savings event is on. Okay. We always have this thing called Mega Savings Day. There's loads of discounts to rope in more customers. I mean, it's quite stressful for me and the gang here, but for you, it should be pretty lucrative, eh? Cool. Will do. Hi there. Bonjour. Hello. Bye, Harper. I'm glad you liked the book. Cheers. The little girl says cheers. Cheers. Oh, that's hilarious. I also have no clue if I'm saying Mega Marsh. I have no idea how to say that. I'm just going to say Mega Marsh. Oop. Where are the bestsellers? Okay, what do you want? Sorry, I'm in a bit of a hurry. Don't hesitate to recommend something scary, and I typically pick books from a series. However, I don't usually enjoy dry books. Okay, the Dresden Files might be right for you if that's still there. Where was that at? It's already been sold, I think. Oh no, that's it. Dresden Files could be right for you, White Knight. Let's see what we got in crime though. The Shining, but that's not from a series. Kind of is if you count I can't remember what it's called. The new one, the sequel. I can't remember what it's called right now. Pet Cemetery, Murder on the Orient Express. That's definitely a series. Well, not a... Maybe it isn't a series. Yeah, it's got Hercule Poirot. Or Poirot. I always say his name wrong. Poirot. It's definitely a series. Yeah, I don't think that's a series. Ooh, this looks fun. I would read this. It's mature reading. Oh, she's an adult. This thrilling first book in the Women's Murder Club series takes four crime-solving friends through a classic murder mystery. Will they make it through the twists the case has in store for them? I don't know if that's scary, though. I would say The Shining, but I don't know if it's going to count it as a series. Let's do White Knight. Yeah, that worked. I'm glad I found the next part. I've never tried that before. Alright, glad you like it. Hell yeah. I like your green hair. James Patterson has been in the news. Hasn't James Patterson been in the news for letting other people write his books? Like ghostwrite his books? I think I heard that. I could be confusing him for someone else. That actually happens a lot with really prolific writers who publish a lot and then they want to keep, their publisher wants to keep making money. They probably do too. I will say, I don't know if this is true. So don't come for me. But I loved the I'm not a big fantasy reader, but I loved the oh my god, Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. I loved those books. I devoured them. I absolutely loved the characters in those books. I loved them. But it got to the point near the end. I don't think I've read maybe the last couple where I was like, this isn't your voice anymore. This feels like someone else wrote this. And I suspect that Terry Goodkind had a ghostwriter for the last few. That kind of sucks. Or maybe he just wanted to change it up. I don't know, but they did not feel the same as the other books. Gothic horrors. I kind of want those. I can't just choose based off my preferences, though. A used book lot. We have 45. Let's do the used book lot. It's more rational. Yeah, that's a pretty good selection there. Okay, bonfire preparations underway. Volunteers invite all to annual summer bonfire this Sunday. As the warm weather gives way to an autumnal breeze, organizers in Bookstonbury are hoping to get people excited about the annual bonfire night at the Far Beach on Sunday. Food and drink will be provided, as well as the materials for the local note-burning tradition. Anyone who would like to participate can formulate a regret about the past or a resolution for the future on a piece of recycled paper. Afterwards, participants will burn their notes in a joint ceremony. Has that offshore island always been there? Tourists wonder what lies off their coasty shoreline. Okay, so it's Wednesday. So we need to go... This is on Sunday. The bonfire's on Sunday. And the Monday is the thing for the market. The discount day or whatever. So today, let's go to the cafe. We haven't gone there yet. I forgot what they like there. Classic, crime, travel. Okay. Classic. We'll put a couple more classics. A couple fantasies. Travel. We'll put almost a whole shelf. Put a couple facts up there. Maybe we'll put some more facts here. They like crime, so we'll do a whole shelf of crime. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll pretty much line them up. So we'll put a couple more fantasies. And then what do we got list of? Kids. Oh, we don't have any dramas. Okay, we'll take off a couple. No. Let's do a couple drama here. I know this is really like random, and they're not like in. They're not all grouped together, which I know a lot of people probably get on their nerves, but whatever. It's not serious. Wednesday, summer the 24th. Anything new we can click here? Nope. There's just that statue that you just look at. Let's pet the dog. Ruff! Yes, speak. Adorable. That guy had a nice haircut. Oh, it's what's his face? Fern. Oh. Anything hot off the press? I want to see something with space. Oh, all the books up here kind of distracted me for a second. With space travel, distant galaxies, far-off empires. You know, the good stuff. I'm a fan of books like A Deepness in the Sky. Don't know that book. Okay, so he wants something new. Space travel and empires. Dude, why do they all keep wanting space? The gunslinger, yeah, this is Stephen King. The last gunslinger's treacherous search for his ancient adversary leads him across an alternate reality Old West. A path full of monsters, demons, and sacrifice leads to his ultimate destination, the Dark Tower. I need to read the rest of those. I've read The Gunslinger, but not the other ones, and there is a scene with like these like crab things in it that is fucking intense. Stories of Your Life and Others. A collection of 8 marvelous science fiction short stories asking the question that speculative fiction always asks best, what if? I've said this before and I say this again. I love speculative fiction. Okay, Star Wars. When was this? 2018. That's not hot off the press. Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. This 9th century in the saga series of graphic novels explores fake news and the genuine terror of an epic sci-fi setting. Prepare for a heartwarming tale full of tragic twists. That might be it. But let's see. Ooh, actually, this might be it. 2011, though. Starstruck Deluxe Edition. It's a tough galaxy out there, but somebody's got to live in it, and it might as well be you. The brilliant feminist sci-fi play turned graphic novel that you may not have heard of yet. Okay. The Ramayana? Oh my god, this is definitely... definitely not hot off the press. 300 BCE. This epic folktale was first composed around 300 BCE and has a hugely influential on storytellers of later eras. Discover a modernized version and dive into heroics, battles with demons, and philosophical wisdom. Philosophical and spiritual wisdom. Okay. Okay. See about kids. No, not that one. Not Flower Fables. When the Wild Things Are. No. The Importance of Being Earnest. No. A hilarious and clever tale and must read for any fans of The Irish Writer, a play that satirizes Victorian society for the author who ruffled many societal feathers. A Room of One's Own, Virginia Woolf, also no. This classic piece by Virginia Woolf is both a thought-provoking essay and a narrative exploration of the position of women as characters, as well as writers in a literary tradition dominated by the patriarchy. Confess by Colleen Hoover. Keep my opinions to myself. As Auburn is trying to rebuild her life, she is instantly smitten with the mysterious artist Owen. But can their relationship last as his past is revealed? A suspenseful adult romance unfolds. The Tempest, we've already read that. Song of Achilles, a marvelous retelling of the timeless classic epos, the Iliad, that focuses on things that really matter. Complicated parents, the merciless politics of war, and of course, the greatest love story of them all. Okay, nope, let me just slap through these real quick. Not Follow the House of Usher, not The Outsider. Good, what is that? Good Girl, Bad Blood? This is hot off the press. Student investigator turned podcaster Pippa is trying to leave her detective days behind, but how can she ignore this recent disappearance when the police won't even investigate? Okay, definitely not that. Nope. Misery. An obsessive fan has no plans of ever letting her favorite romance author go. Another cocaine-fueled 80s horror classic. Yep, it's pretty good. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna guess this one. That worked. Okay, consider my mind blown. How did you know? Here comes Harper. She is really everywhere, man. She comes every day to this bookstore. Where's she getting all this money for books? She had to ask me for 1 coin, but she's out here buying books every day. The Shining! That would be me in there. I'd be like, hell yeah. Flower Fables. Such great cover art. Oh, you must... Oh, this is Miriam. Okay. Ah, you must be that person Tilda has told me about. I see a small collection of classic books here. Good. I am Miriam Dubois. Welcome to my cafe, the Liberté. You should know it has been family-owned for about 200 years. Wow. Throughout the years, the Liberté has hosted our history's greatest minds. From writers to revolutionaries, they all met right here. But surely you have done your own research into this town already. Either way, I have to get back to my customers. Goodbye. Interesting. Ah, hello. It's nice today, isn't it? I'm enjoying the cool breeze out here. Summer might be coming to an end. Oh, that reminds me. I have an invitation for you. The youngsters have been organizing a bonfire at the beach for the last night of summer. It's always great fun. I'm sure you've made some friends by now. They will want to see you. And of course, I shall like to see you there as well. You've been a great help to us townfolk ever since you arrived. This is what our Bookstonbury community is all about. We rely on each other. And I'm very happy to know that we can rely on you too. I like that this has like a nice little story to go along with it. It's not just selling books, which is nice. So what has been selling well today? I want a book that was written by a woman. I like a must-read classic piece of literature. I'm a fan of books like The Sea Around Us. I don't know The Sea Around Us. Okay, let's find a classic by a woman. That's Robert Louis Stevenson, William Shakespeare, Jules Verne, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Charles Dickens, George Orwell, and William Shakespeare. They're all frickin' men. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde might be. You might be able. If he's not a woman, but he was a very flamboyant gay man, so that might be passable. Yeah, let's read the one by Virginia Woolf. It's all about patriarchy and shit. Perfect. Hell yeah. Amazing. Everyone has been telling me to finally read A Room of One's Own. Not that flamboyant gay men are women. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, that was next to, like, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If I had to choose one, I would choose Oscar Wilde to fit that description. It's the closest. It's woman adjacent, if that makes sense. They know more about the plight of women than, say, a very straight, cis, hetero man. Alright, we're done for the day. That was quick. Damn it. That seemed like a good day, and we're down 13? I don't understand this. I couldn't run a business on my own. I'd have to have somebody that was, like, doing all this for me, because I suck at this. We sold 2 crime, 1 drama, 1 fact, 2 fantasy, 1 classic, 1 kids, 2 travel. Jeez. Okay. We'll do the used books for sale. They're only 10. We got a lot of books for 10 coins. Gothic horror, classic travel stories. We really need space stuff. Everybody keeps asking for space. Damn. Okay. Wait, what is today? I forgot. Thursday. Okay, let's go back to the waterfront. The waterfront likes travel and, yeah, travel, fact, and classics. Okay. Travel. Nope. travels up here. I'll do a couple kids. Classics down here. A couple fantasies. I'll do a bunch of facts. Put a couple more fantasies maybe. And then we'll put a few crime and a couple more kids. Just to kind of round it out a little. Okay. I think I'll play until the end of the season, and then we'll wrap it up for this video. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Alright. Let's talk to the sailor. Oh boy, look what I found. Makes me all nostalgic like. It's one of my daughter's old toys, all the way between the broken fishing rods at the back of the shed. I've been finding all sorts ever since I cleared out some of the mess in there. First time I've seen the floor in 10 years. It's looking decent in there now that I think about it, and you know I'm getting tired of sitting out on those steps. The cold stones don't go well with old bones. That's a nice line. But with a new layer of paint, this shed could make a comfy shop, eh? If I can sell the rest of the rubbish inside. Would you take some of it off my hands, kiddo? Okay. Walt has decided to clear out his old fisher's shed. Can you take these last items off his hand? Buy 7 of Walt's old items. I'm sure some of it could be useful to you. Can we buy anything today? We have 248. A special buoy for a special someone. Plus 15 to animal effects. Hell yeah, we'll take that. We'll replace that other buoy we got. Thanks for having a look, kiddo. Hope you can... I'll buy some more from you later. Yeah, we'll replace that other buoy, I think. Alright, let's get going. Let's pet the dog, of course. Ruff. Oh, we already did this. You want to play? We'll do rollover this time. You didn't roll over. I guess he doesn't know that one. Cute. Oh, hi. Your shop looks so lovely today. Although you could use a few more plants if you ask me. Can I ask you, do you have a favorite plant? I do love garlic, but I'm going to say, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say a succulent. Oh, great choice. They make such good houseplants too. My tip, make sure to keep them warm and dry. Most of them are desert plants after all. Ha! Thanks so much for indulging me. It was so fun to talk to you. So much fun to talk botany with you. I really needed that. We should do it again sometime, alright? I'll see you soon. Sure, anytime. A little help here. Did you get anything new in? I'm looking for a book about nature. I can't get enough of The Willows. By Algernon Blackwood? I'm sure there's a lot of books called The Willows. Okay, book about nature. Let's look at the facts. 7 Lamps of Architecture. This dry essay is a must-read for fans of Gothic revival and a fun insight into the minds of 1800s mid-century architects. If you ever wondered how architects 200 years ago contemplated their craft, this one's for you. That is not what we want. We already read that one. That's not it either. Wake, the hidden history of women-led slave revolts. This revolutionary graphic novel, 2021, okay, uncovers this history of women who fought for their freedom on slave ships and throughout the Americas. It is a powerful exploration of resistance at the intersection of white supremacy and patriarchy. Damn, I might have to read that. Some of these, I'm gonna have to go back in these videos and like note down the books that I want to read because I definitely want to read that. A short history of nearly everything. From atoms to galaxies, this popular science book takes readers on a wild journey through the past, uncovering the secrets of our fascinating universe. For all those readers out there who are interested in nearly everything, that looks fun. 608 pages. Encyclopedia. Origin of the species, okay. Charles Darwin's groundbreaking research on natural selection became one of the founding texts of modern biology and science. His discoveries were used to argue against a creationist belief system and created the grounds for a new study of evolution. Architecture in Britain, 1530 to 1830. From Renaissance to Neoclassicism, this guide charts the development of English architecture theory and practice alongside marvelous color photographs by A.F. Kirsting. Cool. Physics, 1908. Discover the captivating world of physics through a historical journey that will tickle your brain and transport you to 1908. Okay, they want a book about nature. Let's check the travel. The Bookshop book. Get a glimpse into the most unusual bookshops around the world and fall in love with the proprietor's passion for the trade. I might be biased, but if you ask me, this love letter to the weird and wonderful bookshops is the only one missing one entry. Yours truly. Oh, I get this. I finally picked up on this. That these are the summaries we are telling the patron of our shop. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that only we are ingesting these summaries, but we're telling them. That makes sense. Okay. Happily Ever After, a cookbook, original recipes for book lovers. Book-inspired recipes, need I say more? When best-selling romance authors team up with chefs. Oh, we did this. Okay. We read that one. And Catching Carps. Reel in this absolute catch of a book because Carpum's fishing trip... His name is Carpum. Carpum's fishing trip is something special. Weaving together carp facts, personal philosophy, and globe-trotting tales, the author shares all his wisdom. I wonder if that's his real name. If that's his real name and he wrote a book about carps, like his passion, his special interest is carps, then he has the most perfect name I've ever heard. That's wild. Okay, she wants something about nature. That might be it. That might be it. The willows that she's talking about, though, from Algernon Blackwood, is not a book about nature. I mean, it kind of is, I guess. Mont Saint Michel and the Chartres. We read this one last time. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means. Cook as you are. Recipes for real life, hungry cook, and messy kitchens. Sometimes our lives just don't leave space for cooking, or do they? These delicious recipes work for all kinds of situations, whether you need last-minute inspiration, only have one clean pot, or can't easily chop ingredients. Excuse me. An Explorer's Guide to Georgetown. Discover the secrets of Georgetown in this fun and beautifully illustrated guide. Explore its history, indulge in local cuisine, and soak up the vibrant lifestyle. I wonder what, are these books that are not real? They're only for Bookstonbury, because another one had that seal, and it said something about the history of Bookstonbury or something like that. So maybe those maybe those are the fictional books only applicable to this game. I'm not sure. Top 50 camper van destinations. From winding coastal roads to serene mountain retreats, this comprehensive camping guide unveils a collection of breathtaking landscapes and hidden gems. Yeah, I'm not sure, because I don't read travel books. I don't know these books. Italian villas and their gardens. 16 years before her famous novel, The Age of Innocence. Oh, this is Edith Wharton. Wharton publishes this scholarly travel book. It is a remarkably detailed survey of Italian garden architecture. Okay. I'm going to suggest that cart book. Let's see. Ah, it worked. Perfect. Catching carps will be my new go-to when it comes to nature. Hell yeah. I need more lip balm. I'm talking too much. Talking off all my lip balm. I like your beard. Got a sec? Of course I do. Just dropping by real quick. I need a fact book because I want to acquire knowledge and give me something that's entertaining and not too demanding. Okay. One of these travel books is probably it. That might be it. That sounds entertaining. I have no idea what that means, so I'm not going to suggest that. That might... A lot of these would work, I think. I'm going to suggest the Bookshop book. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's nice and light. Glad you like it. Perfect. I called it the Bookshop book, and that was the actual name of the book. That's when you know you picked the right title. Good afternoon. Oh my, what a cute birdhouse. How lovely. But tell me, dear, how are you faring today? I see that the shop is doing well. I quite like your selection. I still have some shopping to do for Mary Ann's present. She always relies on everyone forgetting her birthday since it's the day after the bonfire. But I can be just as stubborn as her. She'll get a present from me every year, whether she likes it or not. That's the second time they've mentioned birthdays. They told me Harper's birthday too, but it didn't give me a chance to give her anything. Like, is that an element in this game? I don't know. Another Bill Bryson from my collection. Don't know who that is. Harper got her books and left. There goes Tilda, which is probably short for Matilda. Okay. Oh my god, down 23. I always think we're doing good, and then it's like, oh, nope, not at all. Semester break-ins. Orientation week starts. Okay. Because that's the first day of fall, right? Summer? Yeah. Crime books, drama books, 5 fact. So they really liked fact books, and they really liked travel books, which, I mean, makes sense. Okay. And then let's put on the new, buoy. Take that one off. Yeah, let's put this one on. I mean, I don't really want to get rid of anything else. Yeah, I don't want this anymore, I think. Let's take this out. Can we get rid of it? How do I get rid of it? There we go. Okay. Oh, where is the bell nut out? Okay. I don't know. Alright, what is today again? Friday. Okay. Retired sailor Fisher likes playing bowls. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's go. Let's see. We've done everything for Waterfront. We've got all the stamps for Waterfront anyway. Sure, let's go to the lighthouse again. And we need to sell, what did it say? Sell 15 drama. Okay, let's put some dramas out before I forget. What does this say that we like? Travel Fact Classic. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, let's go. What day are we on again? You can also buy books and items while out and about. Okay. But they will put into your storage. Okay. Okay, we're almost done with the deer. I mean, with the season. Book, please. I'd like to read more about the beautiful nature on planet Earth. Fact books are my usual go-tos, and I also wouldn't mind something niche. Yep, I already finished the last one. Okay, she really does like... Not a recipe book. No. Cook as you are. Oh, no, not cooking. She wants, beautiful nature on planet Earth. Okay, let's see. What was the other one? That one, I have no idea what that means. This one. From winding coastal road to serene mountain retreats, this comprehensive camping guide unveils a collection of breathtaking landscapes and hidden gems. Let's try that. Hell yeah. Oh, our environment is so beautiful. Hey, I'll just pick out a new book if that's okay. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and let's hope the nice weather holds up until Saturday. Everyone's counting on it for the flea market. Oh yeah, I always forget about the damn flea market and stuff. Oh yeah, we forgot the dog today. Arf, arf. Good boy, Behemoth. We gotta hurry, man. Someone's asking for my help. Aw. Okay. What's the latest headline? A travel guide might be nice, and I'm ready for a 700-page commitment. I can't get enough of the 1,000 places to see before you die. 290 pages, 222, 352, 320, 123, 256. What we got in fact books? 391, 288, 252, 309. We don't have any 700 pages. Let's see. What's the largest one here? Cook as you are. Should I give him this? It's fictional. Let's try it. I don't know what this book is, so we're taking it on a whim. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what that is. Okay. A little help here. Hi, you're the highlight of my route. I enjoy odd romance plot from time to time, and if there are less than 200 pages, that's a plus for me. Okay, let's do less than 200 pages. Sense and Sensibility, romance. Let's see. Let's find what we have with less than 200 pages first. Richard II. About the downfall of King Richard II, complete with scheming nobles and history defining power politics. Probably not. A heroic general finds himself in the middle of intrigue. Maybe? No. Nope. 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 This epic manhwa, I don't know what that means, series brings a whole new twist on the reverse isekai trope. Doka Kim is the only reader of an obscure online novel, so when the dystopic events of the story suddenly occur in real life, he might be the only one who can still rewrite fate. Interesting. Is that like a type of manga? The Cruel Prince. Jude is a mortal living in the Fae realm and is constantly tormented by the High Court. Worst of all is the youngest prince. But can't you stand up to him without being roped into the intrigue of the palace? Sense and Sensibility is probably our best bet. Get to know Clarissa as she prepares for a party later that evening. Learn about her life and meet her guests while pondering human nature and exploring the social structures of the 1920s. Will her party be a success? No. No. Actually, Othello might be it. Loved wisely. Let's try it. Oh, it worked! Unconventional, but I love romanticizing my life. Glad you liked it. Cool. Sorry, I zoned off there a little bit. I was thinking about something. That music just got me in the mood and pulled me into my own brain. Okay. We made 21, so that's good. 2 crime, 4 drama, 2 fact, no fantasy, 1 classic, 1 travel, no kids. Help me declutter old childhood favorites, rare comics bundle. These are only 10. Let's get those. Nice little selection. Help me declutter old childhood favorites. We have a lot of kids books. We don't really need any kids books right now. Okay, and it's Saturday, so is that the... Yeah, today's the flea market. Okay, so let's go to the flea market. What do they like at the flea market again? Fact and crime. Okay. We'll do a whole shelf of crime, a whole shelf of fact, and then a little bit of everything else. I guess they don't call this nonfiction because it's like travel and all that is nonfiction too, so that's probably why they don't call it travel. Oh, we need some dramas. Let's take a, yeah. Okay, flea market. I don't think I want to buy anything. I'm broke as hell, so I'm not going to talk to any of the other vendors. Let's pet the dog. Ruff, you want to play? He knows catch. Here comes Klaus. I want that shirt. I really do. I want a shirt that just says books that's double underlined. I wonder if they make that into merch. I would buy it. Comes Harper too. Hey mate, let me have a look at your shelves there for a sec. You don't have to have castles along the Loire now and then in stock, do ya? I think the one in Amboise is so underrated, but Lux didn't want to believe me, so I was hoping to show them the book. Ah, bugger. Well, it would have been a huge coincidence, so don't worry. It's not a very well-known book. I wish we would still build our buildings that way. To marvel at their beauty, sure, but also to last for centuries. Although, I guess even the greatest forts can eventually crumble to time. Have you visited the ruins of Fort yet? People always call it a castle, but that's technically incorrect. Ooh, now we can go to a castle ruins. Explore Bookstone-bury's famous castle ruins. Cool. We'll do that next video after we do the bonfire. Historians think there must have been a similar hill fort there in the 9th century. I wish we knew what that looked like. But sometime between 1270 and 1280, the old Duke built Fort Bourg there. Most of it got destroyed in the fire of 1575, though. Oh, I've been talking about this for a while now, haven't I? Well, let me know if you're interested in history too, and I'll tell you more. Here comes Tilda too. We're getting everybody today. Yo. Hey mate. Give me something very niche. I tend to lean a little more towards nonfiction and am not put off by dry books. Alright, let's see what we got that's niche. Feminist Queer Crip. Wow. In this work, Professor Alison Kafer proposes a critical framework that imagines another future for disabled and queer bodies and rejects the idea of disability as a predetermined limit. Hell yeah. That might be it. Botany in a day, the patterns and method of plant identification. Want to impress your friends and family with this great plant identification party trick? This book covers more than 100 plant families and how to spot their common features. Become a botany expert. Just a story, why we still tell fairy tales. Once upon a time, there was the captivating world of fairy tales. Discover why these timeless tales continue to enchant and intrigue us in this cultural and anthropological study. The origin of species. Charles Darwin's groundbreaking research on natural selection became one of the founding texts of modern biology and science. His discoveries were used to argue against a creationist belief system and created the grounds for a new study of evolution. Physics 1908. This is pretty fucking niche. Discover the captivating world of physics through the historical journey that will tickle your brain and transport you back to 1908. That's probably it. The sea around us, an incredible insight into the history of our oceans, their influence and power, but also their fragility. Written by American marine biologist and conservationist Rachel Carson. I think we read that one already. Shakespeare, the world as a stage. Unravel the enigmatic genius behind Shakespeare's words, as explained by Bill Bryson. A great and lighthearted introduction for every reader interested in the man behind the plays. HTML 1998, an introduction. Get ready to enter the digital world with this 90s guide to HTML, specifically 3.2, the language that powers the internet. Let's say hello world. Wow. Mesopotamian buildings. Discover the awe-inspiring marvels crafted by ancient hands in this fascinating delve into Mesopotamian architecture. Join us on a journey through time. Sorry, I was getting distracted there because Digby was climbing all over me underneath my desk. Okay, we're going to do the Physics 1908. That worked. You're right. I bet nobody else around here has read this. Glad you like it, man. Ah, yes. I heard you've made acquaintance of my Mary. She has great sense for business, much more than I ever had. It runs in the Dubois family, you know. The Liberté has been with them for 2 centuries, and Miriam has always managed to stay on top of the decades of paperwork while still working out in front of the customers. It's quite the incredible feat, although she has enough employees that she would do well to rely on a little more. But I think she has a hard time letting go of the reins, so to speak, refuses to speak of retirement at all. But who am I to tell her what to do? I gave up on that years ago. Did you know I'm a really good finder? I always find the best stuff around here. Last time I found some really rare trading cards. And the time before that, my Baba and I found some really good paint. That was so fun. I think this time I'll look for some sunglasses. You should get something too. Okay, bye. Anybody need help? Everybody's pretty self-sufficient today? Ooh, I don't know what to pick. Okay, how can I help you? So, I need a fact book because I want to acquire knowledge, but pop science is my pet peeve. I'm a fan of books like the Heinemann Mathematics, okay? That's probably pop science, so you probably don't want that. I mean, I hate to say that about a book like that, but... plant identification... We'll go with the sea around us. Why not? Let's try it. That worked. Now that's a surprising treat. Another piece of knowledge acquired. Dang, there are a lot of people coming today. Bye, Harper. Hi, cutie. Oh, hi. Who's my favorite boy? Yes, you are. Oh, wait, before I forget, I have a little something for you. Ooh, she gave me a succulent, a hanging succulent. Take care of it, and it will be your best friend. +1 to travel sale chance. Cool. Ta-da! I forgot your favorite plant. I got you your favorite plant. It will freshen up your shop even more. I wanted to do something nice for you since you did me such a big favor when we met. Make sure you hang it up, alright? I promise people will love it. Oh, by the way, I have a fun/sad plant fact for you. Because of the whole photosynthesis thing, we tend to put our plants outside, which can be very nice. They might love that. But also, when you put some houseplants into direct sunlight, they can get sunburned, just like you. So watch out for any brown spots, yeah? I'll see you later. What can you recommend? I could really use something with a political message. I like philosophical books. What can you recommend for a collector like me? Okay. I don't think that's it. Okay, what are the facts books we got left? I mean, that might be it. That's a pretty political... I mean, I hate to politicize feminism, queerness, and disability, but they kind of are sometimes. Yeah, we're gonna recommend it. We'll see. Yep, that worked. Amazing. I feel radicalized. Those portions of people's identity should not be political, but unfortunately they are. As a queer, disabled person, I can attest to that. Ooh, we sold out of fact and fantasy. We sold a lot today. The flea market is good. I mean, it makes sense. People are there specifically to buy stuff. When they come across me at the beach, they're probably just like, "Oh, shit. Book stall that they weren't expecting to see, you know?" Okay, we'll play one more day, and then we're going to have to wrap it up. Yeah, we sold a lot. We got a profit of 46. Ooh, we sold 10 fact books. Hell yeah. Space stories. We're buying that. We need that. People keep asking for space stuff. Okay. How many childhood? No, we don't need child books. Okay, so today is the summer bonfire, so that's on the beach, right? Yeah, end of season with everyone at the beach. Okay. Oh, that's all. It only allows you to go to the beach. All right, cool. The beach likes kids, crime, and fantasy, but I forgot we need to put out her plant. Let's get rid of this. And then put her plant out. Oh, can we still have that there? Oh, we can. Okay, never mind. Perfect. And what was it again? Kids, crime, and fantasy. Okay. Put a whole shelf of crime. We also need to sell dramas on the beach, right? Is that right? Oh, fantasy on the beach. Okay, never mind. Seems kind of messed up to put the kids' books on the top shelf, but... We're going to just put out a shitload of those, and then we'll put... a couple of facts, and a couple of travel. My hands are sweaty. Far Beach, summer 28th. Oh, let's look and see if there's anything we can see. There's the bonfire. How cute. Oh, do you want me to pick up the shell? Okay, I wonder how many shells we get to pick up. I mean, how big could our little jar possibly be? You can't see it under the camera, but it says bonfire while active, +5 to classic sale chance, and +5 to travel sale chance. We need 4 more fantasies sold. A little help here, alright. Just dropping by real quick. I like a book with some mystery, and I quite like a thrilling story, but life is too short to read a book with over 700 pages. Okay, so you want a mystery. Shadow of the Wind. He possesses the only known copy of a mysterious book by an even more mysterious author. Join Daniel on his treacherous journey to uncover the story of the book and its author in this winding Neolithic graphic novel. Or Neolithic novel. Some mystery. That's a mystery. We'll try it. Why not? Haha, lucky that the very first one was the choice. Okay, marvelous. The Shadow of the Wind. How intriguing. Fantastic. Hi there! Wow, look how nice our last summer day turned out. I hope the sunshine will last just a little while longer. I hate cycling to university in the rain. Ooh, now we can go to the university too. Okay. Halls of Knowledge. You were invited to check out the campus of St. Bookston University. I'm so glad I met you, by the way. Without your books and your company, I think it would be quite directionless. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you at the bonfire, yeah? I need some help. Okay. Ah, retirement is the best. I quite like a thrilling story, and I've always found historical facts pretty cool. Okay. Let's see what we got for fact first. An exceptionally observant, vivid, and often witty journalistic work turned memoir by George Orwell, where he tells of his time fighting fascists in the Spanish Civil War. We're going to try that. If this is the first one on the first try again, I'm a bit surprised, but homage to Catalonia? I'm not familiar with this topic yet. It worked. Hell yeah. Get on the first try. Fuck yeah. Yo, nice to see you. I decided to bring the old acoustic tonight, but I'm still kind of working up the nerve. Got any wise words of encouragement? You got this. Yeah, I do. I think I do. Thanks, mate. See you tonight, yeah? I love the bonfire. It's gonna be brilliant. Hell yeah. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was lost in thought. How's your day going? I really respect how well you've integrated into this community. In just 1 month, you've come further than I ever did more than a year in this town. It's good that we got to know each other at least. Damn, we got a lot of business today. We sold out all the classics. Sigh. What's up with you? What's up with you? I'm sad. Why does summer have to be over? I don't want it to end. The holidays were way too short. I didn't even get to read that many books or build any sandcastles. And now we all have to go back to school. It's so unfair. Adults get to play at the beach whenever they want. But I guess there's always next summer, huh? Okie dokie. I'll see you later for the fire then. Bye. What a week. Houston, give me something set in outer space, and I'm down with something fictional. However, I don't usually go for anything too niche. Shit. Okay. Not Heidi. When criminally inclined teenager Artemis tries to restore his family's fortune, he accidentally messes with the wrong fairies. Okay, that's not it. Not Charlotte's Web. The Yellow Fairy Book. A collection of some of the most well-known fairy tales of European history. Nope. Not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Never-Ending Story. Note 5 on a Treasure Island. Sky Island. That's not outer space. Encyclopedia. Secret of Bookstonbury. Explore the mythical and exotic lands of Western Europe. The satirical travelogue lets you into the secret wisdom and mysterious culture of the West. No. Living in Alaska? No. The Maze Runner. Thomas wakes up among other teenagers in the center of an ever-changing maze without his memories. He soon learns that all they can do to survive is try to escape by any means necessary. Shatter Me. The first in a series of young adult novels set in a dystopian world where one girl's touch is lethal. Will she finally escape the grasp of the government? Fellowship of the Ring? No. Ranma 1 out of 2, Volume 1? Or Ranma 1/2? I don't know what that means. All teenager Ranma Satome wants to do is train in martial arts, but a cursed spring queers his pitch, so to speak, because now every time he's splashed with water, he changes into a girl. The beginning of a sweet and romantic manga series. Okay. Prince Caspian. Nah, that's not it. The Invisible Man. A mysterious stranger appears at a village inn, causing chaos with the experiments he hides in his room. When he is discovered to have made himself invisible, a wild chase ensues. A thrilling classic of early science fiction. The Lost Continent, a classic fantasy meets Greek mythology in this 1972 retelling of the legend of Atlantis. A heroic warrior priest is all that stands between an avarice empress and the end of an era. A Feast for Crows. The war for the Iron Throne seems to have burned itself out out to a truce, for now. But wouldn't it be a Song of Ice and Fire without some deceit, ambitious plotting, power struggles, and mysterious sorcery at work? Okay, this is probably it. Star Trek Deluxe Edition. It's a tough galaxy out there, but somebody's got to live in it, and it might as well be you. The brilliant feminist sci-fi play turned graphic novel that you may not have heard of yet. Let's suggest that. What? Oh my god. Okay. Can't win them all. Before the coffee gets cold. Here comes Tilda. Hello there. It seems like your work is done for the day, yes? Then let me welcome to our annual bonfire night. It's wonderful to have you. During the evening, we usually celebrate and give thanks for a good summer. And it's tradition to make wishes and resolutions for the upcoming seasons, too. But if there's anything about the past year that you regret or want to let go, you must write it on a piece of paper. It is said that if you burn it in the summer bonfire, it will remain in the past. Why don't you join the other folks over by the sea cave? I'm sure they'll share what they've written down if you need some ideas. And come talk to me after, once you're ready to burn your note. I'll give the signal so that we can all do it together. Okay. Artemis Fowl! Okay. So I guess we're supposed to go over here. Yeah, because it's not asking us to shut up shop yet. I really do want to get to know people. I just don't know what to say to them, you know. I thought so. How do you always know? I don't always know. That's at least nice to hear. Makes me feel less alone. Thanks for hearing me out. You should probably get back to the others. Actually, I kind of look forward to classes. No one wants to admit it, but learning is the best. If you don't go to school, I know... If you don't go to school, I'll know more than you so fast. Anyway, don't come looking for me on Monday morning, okay? I won't ditch class just to hang out with you, but I might come by the shop after school. But now I have some important business to take care of. Fire business. Bonfire night is the best. Well, well, another year gone by. Time does not stop for anyone, does it? But let us not dwell on sentimentalities. Tomorrow is just a Monday, another Monday like any other. And you? Make sure to use your time wisely while you are still young. Huh, another bonfire night already, eh? I guess I was hoping to have gotten a little further with my music by now. But who knows, maybe our big break is right around the corner. I'm not ready to give up yet. Gosh, I feel underprepared for the start of the semester tomorrow. I mean, I know it's going to be fine. I've made it this far, but what if I mess it up? I have my very last exams this year, and they will determine like 50% of my grade. Then I need to wrap my head around my dissertation. Goodness, what will I even write about? There's so much prep work I need to do. I know that feeling, girl. Well, deep breaths. All I can do is give it my best shot, and try to leave these pesky anxieties behind. Yep, throw them straight into the bonfire. Ah, there's nothing better than a warm fire and the smell of the sea on a warm summer's eve. I think I'll close my eyes for just a bit. Enjoy your even, young'un. Again? Wow, it's such a clear night. I love watching the stars. Have you come up with your note yet? Such a nice evening, and it's cool to see everyone come together here. You should enjoy it, alright? You get to know everyone a little more. I'll be around here later. I guess we can just talk to them, like, indefinitely. Tilda should begin the note burning soon. I have an early morning tomorrow. The Liberté does not open itself. Yeah, I don't want to keep talking all night long. Ha! I'm so glad we have such a clear night tonight. Did you have a chance to chat with everyone yet? If so, we could go ahead and get everyone together to burn our notes. But remember, the celebrations will end afterwards, so you won't get another chance to talk to your friends. Sure, I'm ready. Something begins. Join the summer bonfire. Of course you can, Harper. I didn't see her thing. Okay, I don't like this drawing anymore. Hee hee whoosh. I'm afraid of failure, but I need to allow myself the space to grow and learn. Phew, deep breaths. Even when I feel like no one understands me, I am not alone. I trust in my experience. Yep. I am not responsible for the decisions of others. Very true. Good. I'll be going then. Let's get to it then. Hey everyone, I'm Klaus from the Silence Libre, and this is a new song I'm working on. It's still a work in progress, but I think I call it The Hollow Halls of History. Okay, I guess we're listening to a song. Bravo. Okay, good. It doesn't have to be that long. Woo, that was exciting. I'm still a bit shaky, but it seems like most people liked it. I am needed. Good for you, Tilda. Alright, it's your turn, dear. Okay, what are my options? Their notes are caught by the flames of a mesmerizing and lively fire. As your attention is drawn by the colors and lights and by the smell of smoke and sweet summer drinks, and by the soft crackling noises of wood, your thoughts slowly drift away. You think back on an eventful first summer in Bookstonbury. What would you like to leave behind? The memories of the place before, the fear of the new and the unknown. That's what I'm going to say. Need to please others. I'm going to say the fear of the new and unknown. A flimsy paper note drifts from your hand into the fire, and you watch as the words slowly give way to ash. Thank you, everyone. It's been a lovely summer with you all, as always. You feel a sense of relief and determination. What does the future have in store for you? I will embrace the process. I will believe in myself. I will not shy away from difficulty. I will believe in myself. As your resolve grows into a small flame of your own, you step away from the bonfire and let your gaze wander to the stars. That was very cool. That was great. I think that's the perfect place to stop. We'll start autumn next playthrough of this. I appreciate you for joining me today. This is really fun. It does give me a chance to talk a lot, which might not be for everybody. But I hope you'll join me for more of these, because this is great. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.